Like to understand, please, some of her dreams that she has been experiencing. Are you able to explain them to us, please? She would like to understand the dream which stated, polish your silver.
There's people that were thought to be gone, coming back. It's going to shock the world. There's many of them. Some of them very high profile.
And what is the purpose of them returning?
To show the world the deception that we've all been living under.
And how will they return? How will people notice they're back?
There will be like an event, some kind of event, broadcast, something that announces these people's return.
And where have they been for them to return to?
They've just been here. They've been here. They've been under different identities.
Mm-hmm. And why have they hidden from us?
Because they became too dangerous for some people. Their lives were at risk because they had used them and they no longer wanted to be used.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Sorry, continue.
So yes, they're coming back. Some of them are quite old. There will be quite a few of these people. Quite a lot, actually. Much more than people realize.
And are they safe now from why they needed to hide in the first place?
Yes.
And why are they safe now?
They're protected. They are part of an alliance that protects them.
And who was going to get them beforehand?
The word that comes to mind is like their keepers. The people that kind of owned them, that made them. And you can never go against them. And if you start looking like you're going to go against them, that's when your days are numbered. You sell your soul.
I see.
To be at the top is a heavy price.
Are you talking about certain industries? Do you feel that this is occurring mostly?
Entertainment, political, even what's coming to mind is like big pharma or big corporate or science, like anyone that went against the direction of the narrative that was to be played out to the public, were murdered or were taken, given new identities and made it look like they were murdered. Some people actually were murdered, and many were taken and given new identities.
Thank you.
It seems like many levels of industry and entertainment and politics.
Thank you. And for the people who had to go into hiding, it almost sounds like a witness protection program of sorts. But what was the sort of information that that they knew that was dangerous to be kept from public?
The first word that comes is SRA. Satanic ritual abuse. They knew of the satanic ritual abuse. Many of them knew this. Maybe the lower level ones didn't know so much, but they just didn't want to go along with their plans because it went against what was good for humanity. And I think these people, like the scientists, like maybe well-known scientists, they realized that their work was being manipulated or changed. They didn't want to be a part of that. They realized that these people were not looking out for the interests of humanity.
Thank you so much for explaining that. And in terms of the other dream she had, which was the 900 are coming, what would you like to explain to her about that, please?
Well, this could very well be 900 people. I know she thought it was ships. There could be ships. There are ships. Probably more than 900 ships. But the 900 is more likely to be the 900 people.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And the dream that she had, which said Q starts today, what was that message?
Ah, yes. Well, this is where it really gets interesting. This is where all the things that Q have said will start to come together. It's like, how can we say this? It's like Q's made a lot of drops and made a lot of suggestions towards things, but from this month onwards, it's almost like now is when all the evidence starts to really go into play. It's like now things get interesting.
Thank you. And what is going to be one of the first bigger things that people will notice in the public, for example?
Some of the things we'll notice in the public, I'm seeing something to do with the media. There's going to be a shift in media, in how it reports. That'll be interesting to see that. Maybe more exposure of the not so good people. More of that will come to be more obvious.
Thank you. And
Arrests.
Information about arrests.
More of like the deep state. More of them in the next month.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I think that Q is it's almost like it's wrapping some things up this month, the next few months.
Okay. And the purpose for Q, what is it to help humanity or something else?
It's to help people shift, to wake them up. It's very much connected to Trump.
In what way?
It's pushing the envelope.
It's pushing the envelope.
People see what they didn't want to see. It is an agenda.
Mm-hmm. Will it shock people?
Yes.
And how will that help?
Yes.
How will shocking people help awaken humanity?
Everything is back the front. So what people think is good is bad, is bad is good. Really isn't the world we thought we've been living in. In fact, this world has been nothing but a big, incredibly scripted, orchestrated matrix that we've been made to believe, and so well controlled, like at every level, like the detail that's gone into this plan for so many years to indoctrinate us in our education, in our medicine, our health, our leaders, our politics, our information, our news, our wars, our earth, our solar system, everything, our currency, our trade. It's like there's not one single area of this planet that has not been infiltrated by this dark force. It's like a cancer, complete cancer of the planet. It's black and ick. It's like it's just got tentacles everywhere. And it's created a reality that people have accepted because this box this box has told them. And it's been done in such a way that these people that are at the higher levels of society, they're going to be falling the hardest. They are the heaviest in this indoctrination. The doctors, the lawyers, the scientists, the universities have the whole education system, and right through to the university has had this huge indoctrination. So much so that this brainwashing is heavy. It's like a cancer in their mind, that like a construct that is like a cement building. I don't think these people are ever going to actually be able to see. It's going to be tough. They will try to hang on. This will cause chaos. Many suicides. Many people won't cope. But it has to be done. We have to break free of this spell. It's been the biggest.
Sorry, it's been the biggest what?
Spell.
Right.
Biggest spell to ever be cast on humanity. Biggest magic spell. It's like we're all hypnotized. The whole planet is a lie.
And when we came and signed up for this lifetime, we knew the state of it.
Yes.
And so we wanted these challenges.
As if we haven't had enough in every other lifetime, but yes.
And are the lessons that we've experienced in this lifetime positive for our soul's growth?
Every lifetime is important for our soul's growth. Everything that happens, all of it's important. Nothing gets lost. Not one moment.
Thank you so much for helping us with that information. In another dream, Jo was told that new power is rising, and she was given a date. What would you like to say to her about that, please?
The new power is rising on the 18th in Australia, 18th, 17th in other parts of the world. This is the new power of the people, the understanding that there is a powerful force that's been working against this force. It's like this alliance becomes known.
Thank you. And is that new power going to be based in one country? Is it going to affect all countries? What can you tell us about that, please?
It will affect everyone.
And will it affect them positively or impact them negatively?
Many are going to be shocked. Many are going to be rejoicing. Many won't even know what to think. Many will think it's a hoax. I think this is the start of a lot of chaos as it unravels many belief systems. it could create a lot of division. But that's not its intention. And those in the light know that that's not the intention. It's the ones I was talking about before. Those brainwashed, indoctrinated ones. They're going to struggle. They'll try and find ways to make it be a lie, part of a hoax, part of extremism, trying to take control of the world like a virus. That's what they will say. They won't want to give up the old world. This is going to create a lot of tension, a lot of unrest.
Yes, thank you. For the people in the know who understand what this is all about, how would you recommend us approaching the people who are still stuck in denial?
Now, right now, or when this event happens?
Both would be gratefully welcomed. I feel so much, it just feels so much cement, so much heavy cement everywhere. It's so tiring trying to wake people up. I think on some level, we can only just put information in a place that is done so gently and compassionately for people to see, but we cannot do the impossible. You can lead a person to knowledge, you cannot make them think. You can lead a horse to water, you cannot make them drink. It's a bit like this. Many people out there are trying. Many. They're light workers, little busy bees pollinating. Thank you so much. I really appreciated knowing that. And when the broadcast happens and there's still the naysayers, the people still stuck in denial, how is your recommendation for us to deal or approach, or what shall we do with those ones?
My body's twitching because it's like if we think about how convinced people are that there's COVID and that it's a deadly disease, and these people are very considered to be intelligent people, and they still think that this is a deadly disease. Can you imagine that times 10 when this event happens? They will become more fixated and more stuck. The good thing is that they will become the minority. They will become the minority. At this point in time with COVID, it's in different areas, more and more people are waking up, more and more. This event will shift people into a new level of thinking, into a new level of understanding. But those ones that don't want to shift, they will be like cement pillars. I don't know anything will shift them. They're going to have a hard time. They will become nasty. They will become angry, violent, extreme, horrific, really, in what they will do to try and hold on to this construct. And the cabal will be doing everything to support them.
Thank you. And so in terms of preparation, do we need to consider being a little bit more stocked up with food and supplies for being at home while we just ride out the situation while we can, if we don't have to go to attend work somewhere else?
This is interesting. There will be people left on Earth. They're going to need food. Food's going to be scarce for some time. They need to stock up. They need to have some food. Everything will get expensive. Very expensive.
So when the new power rises, which you've said is the 18th, 17th of October, is that when there was going to be a big, the broadcast is going to happen and then people are going to get triggered into fear? And your advice is to stock up on some food for to ride that out?
Yes.
Thank you. And in terms of how long would you recommend people need to sort of stock up on their supplies for?
It depends on your country. 6, 12 months for those stuck on Earth.
Thank you. And for those who are ascending beforehand, do they just need to stock up until their ascension?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Nothing will go to waste. Nothing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Subconscious, we were wondering if the event of the new power, if that somehow coincided with JFK Jr. Coming back into public.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what role will he play in this broadcast at all, if at all?
I see him leading America.
Mm-hmm.
In some capacity, but perhaps not like we've ever seen before. Something completely different. Maybe he's going through to New Earth as well.
Thank you. And we want to understand, there's a saying about, is it 3 days of darkness or is it 10 days of darkness? Are those things, and what can you explain to us about those?
Well, there'll be power outages. We're not having like literal darkness, like not literal darkness, but darkness in that we won't have power, internet. I get 10 days. 10 days, maybe 12. It may vary across the planet. Some could be more, some could be less. But on average, 12 days.
Thank you. Can you tell me what the purpose and the cause of that is, please?
It's resetting, financial reset. Everything gets reset. Kind of just seems quite useless, really, now.
What does, sorry?
Wow. If there's a new Earth, why do you need a new financial system?
Oh, yes. Is it for the people sitting on the old Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And for the people that were organising the new financial system, did they just not know that the shift and the ascension process was just literally right there?
Can you ask that again, please?
Yes, I can. For the financial reset, it seemed like to collapse the financial systems now seemed like a lot of big effort when the new Earth was going to resolve a lot of that anyway. So the people who are bringing to light and collapsing the financial system, did they not know that the new Earth and the ascension process was about to happen?
I think they know something, but it's about control. I think that we have to play out the Earth to the end. And these plans must be enacted upon because this timeline still exists.
Okay, thank you very much. Sorry for my lack of word structure for that last question. Are you able, please, to tell us about in Australia with the Uluru? I'm not saying that right. Uluru, no,
Uluru.
Uluru. Yes, correct. Thank you. What do you know about that?
This is an important date. Very important date. This shifts. Oh, the feeling is huge. This shifts the whole planet. What opens up this energy opens up the entire planet. This is the day of ascension.
Okay. And what are you experiencing?
The light.
And how does it feel to experience the light like that?
Everything. Excitement. Exhilarating. Sadness. Grief. Beauty. It's like the whole earth cracked open and the light came out. It's like crystalline light, just like the earth cracked open like an egg, and all this light, this beautiful crystalline light, just sweeps across the planet.
And what does the light symbolize? Is this the soul of the planet as she reincarnates towards another planet?
Mm. Yes, it's like Mother Earth's soul can be seen, can be heard, can be felt, can be shared, can be experienced, and it touches you.
Thank
It
you.
seems like some people won't see.
Sorry,
I can't see how they cannot see this, experience it. Some people like are seeing like they're not going to see it. Some people, I can't see how they cannot see it. It's so incredibly huge and profound. But it seems like some people just don't see it.
are those the people that will be staying on the old earth?
They must be. I can't imagine that you couldn't see this or experience this.
And what is the significance of it cracking at that point in Australia?
Uluru is birthing the new world. Uluru takes us back to our connection with our Palladian galactic family. That energy, that light system, that crystalline, pure light form. It connects us back to everything. It's like we've been shut off. Yes, we've been shut off from the rest of the world, but it's not the rest of this world, it's the other world, or the other worlds. There are lots of other worlds. And we have been shut off. And this connects us back. We remember after this.
What would you like to tell us about the other worlds?
It's like these other worlds exist. These worlds, they were always here. They never went anywhere. These lands, these places, it's like they were here all the time and we couldn't see them. And after this, we see them.
Is it like different dimensions and being able to see different dimensions after the shift?
Yes, but it seems quite solid, even though it's dimensional. It seems like you experience it as this beautiful landscape, these beautiful places, these beautiful cities, these amazing places they already exist, they're already there. And for some reason, the light that connects us to that was taken away from us. This is our family.
Do you get a sense of why this was taken from us?
When?
Or why? Why was this taken from us? Why have we not been able to connect with these other parts of us?
I'm seeing some kind of agreement between forces, between this world and that world. Some agreement. Some type of treaty. Some type of I'm getting like exchange, as if like, you know, like in war, how you get, was it like how they divided Italy up and put Austria, gave that to Germany or something, you know, like after war you do these deals, these weird deals where you cut land, like, you know, the Jews took over the Palestine lands and as part of these deals, and it's not necessarily pleasing for everyone. It's almost like on some level, from a galactic perspective, Earth was given to this darker force to almost protect the other worlds, that they were given this world to, as a place to host, to keep out of the other worlds. But what's happening is this dark force is starting to merge itself and becoming dangerous to the other worlds. And perhaps the forces of these other worlds have decided to end this agreement. Yes.
Thank you. And is there anything else you wanted to explain or tell us about that?
It's a 25,000-year-old agreement. That's when it started. This force has done damage elsewhere in our universe.
Mm-hmm.
And the Galactic Federation, made up of many, many different races, have tried to manage this force, the Draco force. And they have to put them somewhere while they work out what to deal with them, how to deal with them. Earth was chosen, parts of Earth. It's a energy. It's a frequency, energy. It looks different to them than it does to us. A bit like how a bee sees the world. These beings, this frequency, they're dark. And I think their exploitations of this earth are being felt around the galaxy. They have already destroyed many other Earth-like planets. I think it's like the galactics are also trying to work out how to manage this as they advance. They have to shift it around from planet to planet. Until they can finally exterminate it.
Mm-hmm. And is that what they're trying to do, is exterminate them?
Yes.
Is it because they've broken some laws?
They've broken many laws.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have laws at all.
Mm-hmm.
Laws do not apply to this frequency. It is beyond anything godly. It is not godly.
And so will they remain on the old earth?
Yes.
And can you give me information or understanding about what will actually happen to the old earth after the shift? How long will it survive in that state for?
This will depend. I see the world struggling, trying. The energy is dense. It's very dense. There are still people, many good people, trying. They love Earth. They want to save Earth. But they don't know what they're dealing with. They don't know about this force. They think it's people. It's not people. It's a force. It's a dark force. Comes in these big waves and takes over a planet. Takes up host. Infiltrates itself in everything like a disease. For Earth. Beautiful Earth. It will be a struggle for some time. I can't see how they can survive. Most likely it will implode. But this energy, it's like nothing can destroy it. It cannot get into 5D Earth. It cannot move into this. So it will find another place to go to create its havoc. But 5D Earth cannot host this.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that information. And in terms of getting an understanding of the shape of the earth and understand what the images that we see about the world behind the ice wall, what information can you share with us today about that, please?
There is no true representation currently in existence that represents the truth. There are bits of everything that are true and bits of everything that are not. When we realize that everything is just a construct, of one's collective, we see we can make things to look like whatever we want. Nothing is really true or false. Everything exists.
Thank you so much. In terms of Jo having a dream about and the message being Trump is dead, what would you like her to know about that?
There have been many attempts on Trump's life. There will be many more. Everyone dies. For now, Trump is protected. He is of a higher force. He has many, many, many challenges. Many, many difficulties to resolve. His son, Melania, and his son is important. Going forward. Trump has tried very hard to assist the White Hats. It's a very tricky, delicate operation. Sometimes things look bad that are good, and sometimes some things look good that are bad. Everything is strategic and played at precise timing. Everything is critical. But they know things, the White Hats. They have advanced technology, advanced assistance. They can see things. They are not just dealing with humans. They are dealing with many beings who are all part of this. They will all ascend as well.
Thank you so much. Subconscious, we would like to understand why Jo has been feeling so tired recently.
The upgrades. She's going through many upgrades. Many constructs taken away. It's like pulling a few bricks out of a wall. And slowly the wall crumbles. That can be tiring.
And how is she going with all the information she's processing and all the upgrades?
sad, not surprised, anxious, excited, not sure. Am I ready?
For the information she was struggling to understand or accept in her other session, what would you like to give her information on today, please?
Can you please repeat that?
Yes. Subconscious, the first session she had with you and me, what was the information she heard in that session that she's still struggling to understand or accept? What information can you give her today to help her with that?
The truth. The whole truth of what's going on. We only have this short time left. What will it be like? Who will be left? Who will go? Who will suffer? Who will not? There's many things that are going to unfold before that magic moment.
Sorry.
Hard to sometimes reconcile in your mind. It's this big. Everything is huge. Is taking place. Is even possible. Seems like it's out of a movie. But then you realize the only thing that's been a movie has been our entire life. 25,000 years or more of an era.
Yes, thank you. Absolutely. What was the significance of her age being 53? What can you tell her about that?
Last year on this earth.
And she knew that from an early age?
I had 20.
Thank you. And when she shifts on the 5th of November, what would you like to tell her about that, please?
She's going aboard for an upgrade, healing, information, to be brought back. To help others know what to do on the 21st. It's important that she gets as many people ready for the 21st so that they see the light. They must see the light. We all must see the light. Do not stay inside. At this time, when the spirit of the earth, she leaves. And she takes us with her. I don't think anyone has an idea. We must all the spirit, it's huge, it's light. We must connect to it. The 21st is the day that we shift into this new dimension.
Thank you.
It takes us, it takes many of us. It's a bandwidth, it's like a frequency, and it matches. It's just like I can see a frequency, and everything that is in the frequency of this frequency goes with it. It's important to be prepared. You cannot miss this. No matter where you are on the planet, you will feel it, you will see it. The earth's spirit leaves through Uluru. The new world is born. In the crystalline. Important right now to do everything to connect to the crystalline grid. Crystals are very good for this. My beings are here and they're saying this. So I can see all these beings around me. Connect your chakra points. Heal your energy points. Use crystal. Find ways. Learn how to connect yourself to the crystalline grid. This will make the transition much easier. As we upgrade into the new dimension. This is more than just a shift in consciousness. This is like a whole new birthing. Be ready.